Hello, everybody. This is William Del Pilar, and this is a Points on the Board clip where we tackle the big plays on and off the field. Today, we're diving into the financial Hail Mary of Las Vegas Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce, whose wife just filed, well, not just, she filed for bankruptcy to protect their assets back in June. It looks like someone's playbook needs a little bit more work. Let's hope he's better at calling plays than he is at managing finances. Because if his game planning is anything like his financial strategy, the silver and black might need to start looking for a new head coach or a financial advisor. So grab your helmets, folks. This clip is about to tackle some serious financial fumbles. I tell you, that little jingle always gets the Latino blood flowing in me. Well, let's get to it. From Gridiron to the Courtroom, Antonio Pierce's playbook on financial fumbles. So, as we all know, Pierce is the head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders, and he faces some significant financial challenges due to his recent bankruptcy. And his wife filed that again back in June, so maybe not so recent. I'm covering it now because I've had this sitting on my back burner, but I've been too busy with other projects. But I wanted to get it out now that the season's starting. He has judgment of $28 million, exceeding $28 million against him. The bankruptcy filing was done on June 12th by his wife, Jocelyn, and some of the major judgments include $23 million from Nissan Motor Acceptance Corporation, $4.5 million from Hyundai Capital America. Now, the creditors were attempting to garnish his wages from the Raiders, so filing for bankruptcy protection kind of helps stave that off. Now, the reasons for filing, obviously, they're going to protect their assets and their marital community. And his wife, Jocelyn, claims she didn't sign any personal guarantees related to the debts. What happens, depending on what state you are and the laws, etc. And I'm not a lawyer, but I've read about how some of these cases work. When there's money in the wife's name, that's protected, meaning they can't go after that. But it depends on the laws. I'm not a lawyer. They have lawyers who are going to battle this out, I imagine. Now, they did have an extension to July 12th, and obviously that's come and gone. And I haven't seen anything about that. But the extension was granted to gather necessary information. The court may have asked for more questions, or they needed time to gather, or et cetera, et cetera. As far as Pierce, well, first of all, he joined the Raiders as a linebackers coach in 2022. He has no coordinator experience. He went from a linebackers coach to interim head coach back in 2023 because Josh McDaniels, who is a brilliant X and O's guys, can't sit there and head coach his way out of a paper bag. He keeps tripping over his ego. I mean, his head is so massively big with his own self-flatulated thoughts of how great he is. If he would just be a human being, relate to his guys, he could become a phenomenal head coach. At this point in his life, I don't think he will. There's a great story about McDaniels and Cutler, how he talked to Cutler, how he told Cutler how he made Brady this, Brady that, how he was this, he was that, etc. Cutler couldn't wait to get out of Dodge, and they traded him away. And we've seen everything that's happened with McDaniels since then. He does well as an X's and O's guy under a strong head coach. But enough of McDaniels. Because of McDaniels' big ego and inability to be a man and lead a young men, Pierce, who is a man and showed in 2023 he can lead these young men through inspiration, through talking to them like men, through demanding of them high expectations, and they gave him the head coaching job. So let's get back to his diminutive skills as an investor off the field. The origins of the financial troubles: he was involved as a passive investor in car dealerships during the 2010s. He had personal guarantees linked to his name, and that led to some loan defaults and subsequent judgments because by him signing the various documents as guarantee of the loans taken by these car dealerships, when the dealerships defaulted, lenders secured judgments against him because he was a guarantor of these loans. Guarantor or guarantor? You'd understand what I'm saying. This wasn't the only legal issues. He was involved in a 2020 class action lawsuit in Pennsylvania, and the controversy was surrounding something called Set for Life program promoted in 2018. There's irony in this, people. The program was marketed with promises of specific benefits and support for the participants. Here's the irony. Some of them including financial education, guidance on managing. Actually, let me stop. There we go. Financial education guidance on managing finances and investments, job placement services, assisting in finding employment opportunities, health and wellness programs, access to resources promoting physical and mental health, networking opportunities, events designed to connect participants with industry professionals. It sounds like a life coaching type organization. Obviously, he should have taken the financial planning course himself. But the program failed to deliver on these commitments, and it led to dissatisfaction and legal actions from those who feel they were misled by promises made. Now, he probably didn't have much to do with any of this. He probably had lawyers or agents telling him, "Hey, it's a good deal here, good deal there." His focus was on wanting to be a head coach of sorts. He wound up as a linebackers coach with the Raiders, but I'm sure he had his moving up the career path as a football coach was more of his focus than that type stuff. So, what are some of the potential ramifications? Well, obviously, the public scrutiny, if this gets any worse, and the embarrassment that could impact not only his reputation, but the Raiders' reputation and the NFL. I mean, it could become a sore spot. Nothing major, but the league doesn't like to deal with this type of stuff. There's also financial stress could affect his coaching responsibilities and future contract negotiations. So what do I mean? You have the stress of $28 million hanging over your head. That weighs on you. That may impact his job and making bad decisions, etc. That happens. The stress of that happens. Future contract negotiations, he may want more money to help pay this debt off, or the Raiders themselves could lowball him with an offer that's still a multi-million-dollar offer, but may go, if we don't give him a head coaching job, who will? And it could also impact him if he starts off slowly. They may not have the patience to give him the whole season or pass the season by going, look, this guy's head isn't in the game. He's got $28 million he's worried about. He didn't take us to the playoffs. We're one and done with him. So it's not a direct impact on him, but it will impact his life indirectly. So in conclusion, what this does, it highlights a contrast between Pierce's on the field success as an NFL player and his moving up quickly as a head coach with his off the field financial troubles. I mean, he may be seen as a joke, and that's always a struggle with men who consider themselves leaders of men, And obviously, we fans and analysts will have an interest in this, which is not something that they want us to have an interest in. We're gonna have to wait and see how this pans out, my friends. But I'll keep you up to date. And a little bit of acknowledgement about this. The did a good job in covering this back in June. The story came and went. The media services didn't really pick up on it. And maybe they shouldn't have. For me, it is noteworthy. Points on the board does not deal with sports directly, but with off the field issues, political issues, a police blotter, good things that players have done that aren't acknowledged, the rest in peace, etc., etc. So until next time, my friends, catch this clip at grumblingsmedia.com as well as other social media outlets, YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Spotify, y Pandora at Grumblings or under the profile handle Grumblings Media. Until next time, this is William Del Pilar. I bid you adieu.
Hey everybody, this is Big John from Grumblings Media, and I just want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our efforts here at Grumblings Media, just smash the subscribe button right here, totally free, or just go ahead and consume more of our great content. Click either one of these two boxes.